the truth about self-love and self-care and healing, and why the word healing has actually been hijacked.
I thought loving myself was going to the gym, traveling, going to places. I'm like, oh my God, look at how much I love myself. Look at my life. That's not self-love. That is taking care of the physical experience of life, the 3D experience of life. This is traveling, okay, it's great. But when I come back from that destination, guess what? I'm sitting with my traumas again. Buying things is great, but when I come back home and I'm bored of them and I don't want to use them anymore, the car, the house and everything, I am that broken person still. So there's nothing wrong with being broken. Healing means I love myself enough to close a chapter and start a new one. I honor myself enough to actually not just save and help everyone, not start a charity and foundation to help people. Because if I'm not starting with me, how am I pouring from an empty cup? It doesn't make sense. So there's nothing wrong with healing. But I do understand how the word healing became such a abused word. It's everywhere on Instagram, it's in everyone's bio, it's everyone's tattoo. But it's way deeper than these superficial things. And there's nothing wrong with being broken.
So this is like a really interesting perspective shift. Now I do think healing in the true sense of the word is essential for all of us. However, I do agree that the word has been hijacked. So now it can mean so many different things. And of course, for each person, it can mean something different. And it doesn't have to be a bad thing. But I think the main point she's making here is that healing doesn't mean avoiding what's wrong and escaping it.
If she can't find me, she can't break up with me.
But actually going into it and going through it. Healing doesn't always feel good or feel easy. It's as I was talking about earlier. A huge factor for me as I've been on my own healing journey has been detoxing. Unfortunately, detoxing doesn't always feel good and it's not always easy. It's one of those things where sometimes you feel worse before you feel better. And it can definitely be a struggle at times. And healing from anything can be an uphill battle. So as she said, it's not just about the whole 3D experience, but are we healing within? Are we able to sit alone with our thoughts and with all of our emotions? Are we strong enough to remove toxic people from our lives? Can we find time or make time for silence and gratitude and for our emotional health? All those things matter just as much. Now I do believe our physical matters a ton too. So going to the gym, eating right are of course pivotal and absolutely essential. But these days a lot of people abuse the word healing to mean going out all the time and partying, or as she said, traveling to get away from the problems and never actually addressing what's bothering you, but just constantly escaping. And if you don't address what's causing the turmoil or problems, they're only going to grow in size. They're not going to disappear. So very interesting points made and very interesting perspective to think about.